Okay, here are 19 common tropes that people use in their keynotes and presentations. I've actually used some of them myself, and we're going to go through them so that you don't use them again. Why? Because you want to be unforgettable. You don't want to sound like everybody else. So let's do this. 1, comparing your new initiative to the moon landing. Whew, been done a lot. 2, the garage myth, claiming that your $10 billion company started with $10 and a dream in a garage. 3, the blue globe, putting a big picture of planet Earth behind you to make yourself look global. Doing the big fake out exit before you leave the stage. Oh, and one more thing with the big reveal. The dictionary opener, Webster defines leadership as, please, just the fake etymology, like the Chinese word for crisis also means opportunity. It doesn't. Saying now more than ever, that pretty much makes anything sound urgent. Using alliterative words in the rule of 3, like purpose, passion, and pregnant. The rock bottom story, when you take that really long pause, when you talk about being broke in your 20s. The grandma test, it's so simple. Even my 90-year-old grandmother can use it. Don't do that. The vulnerability play. I wasn't going to say this, but ... The Steve Jobs pacing back and forth on stage for 45 minutes. You're just nervous. It's not the same thing. Democratizing, making your product sound like a human rights movement when it's not. Sorry. Trying to be a disruptor when all you're doing is essentially selling the same thing. It's just maybe slightly faster. The North Star, calling a basic sales target a celestial guide. The pivot, basically we messed up and now we got to try something else. The chart of doom, which is basically when your competitor's line goes up and yours is just sadly going down. The prop reveal, this is number 18, when you're pulling a secret item out of a box or revealing it by removing a cloth. And then finally the stock photo finale, where you've got people like high-fiving each other and looking out into the sunset and playing beach ball. It's not like these things are terrible. It's just that they're done over and over and over again. And so here are some ideas that are just maybe a little bit unique, and some of them I'm going to make up on the spot. So here we go. And then I'm going to invite you to put some more ideas in the comments. Let's just have some fun with this. What are other things that we can be doing besides these typical tropes? Okay, to start, I'm going to call this one the autopsy. Give me a detailed report of every single thing that did fail. Show us everything under the hood. Dissect it in front of us. Why? Because it's visceral. It's true. That's what people want. Instead of really polished slides, why don't you show us the messy Slack channels and the weird conversations and emails and all the mess that went on before you got up on this stage and gave this presentation, all of the input that other people gave you on your team. Of course, you want to be nice about it, but why not just be a little bit more real? Start off with like a choose your own adventure thing. Maybe there's a QR code where you ask your audience, what chapter of the story do you want to hear? You have them pick, then you deliver that story that they asked for. Do a reverse Q&A. Ask your audience, what is the hardest question that you're facing right now in your industry? Be honest that you don't have all of the answers, but you're also asking very similar questions. How can you come together in conversation? Build a strategy in real time on actual physical paper. Have people put their phones away. Give them handouts. I don't know, if you're worried about the trees, use things like, I've got this on my desk, so I'm using it. This is a rocket pad. I love it. So there are so many things that you can do to get people engaged. Do a site-specific presentation, which means that you don't do it on a stage or in a conference room, but you find a location that fits the vibe a little bit better. Maybe it's a demonstration in real time at a factory. I don't know. Oh, invite dancers. I watched a whole TED Talk where somebody invited a whole dance company on stage, and they did they choreographed this whole piece about how not to give a snooze fest of a presentation and how to deliver technical information in an interesting way. I'm telling you, sky's the limit. Stop following all the same old tropes. Why? Because it's going to help you stand out and be unforgettable. So put your ideas now in the comments. Let's have some fun. Let them be messy. Let's go.